This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com with your daily wrestling / combat sports news update for you. I already did a 9 a.m. podcast with Jacques Rougeau this morning talking about the new podcast he's going to be releasing starting on Monday with his first guest, George St. Pierre. I interviewed Simon Denny from BKS and Love Inc. this afternoon. And tonight I'm interviewing one of the producers of the I Like to Hurt People documentary at 11 p.m., a documentary I reviewed last week. One of my favorite wrestling movies. And let me get on to the news here. AEW was unopposed last night because NXT aired on Tuesday. And they did a 0.36 rating unopposed. AJ Styles and Kevin Nash have revealed that they both had COVID-19 after The Rock came out about it last night. AJ described it as, I guess, he had a few extra boogers for a couple days. So I guess it wasn't as serious for AJ. He had a mild case, although, of course, healthy people are known to not have it that bad. It's the ones with pre-existing medical conditions that it hits the worst. Dave Meltzer was speaking about Brock Lesnar, saying he could make probably $25 million to fight John Jones. However, he has not re-entered the USDA drug testing pool. So even though Dana White and John Jones want that fight, it'd be an easy victory for Jones. I don't think Lesnar has even won an MMA fight for over 10 years now. Sable, I guess, doesn't like Brock Lesnar fighting. And Brock was offered good money to fight Daniel Cormier a few years ago. If you remember, they had that little shoving match gimmick in the octagon after one of Cormier's victories. But instead of taking one big payoff fighting Cormier, Lesnar at that time opted to stay in professional wrestling, where it's a lot less stressful. And even though you'd have to work more dates, you don't have to do training camps or anything for pro wrestling. Meltzer also doesn't think WWE is going to do nearly as many house shows whenever they return back to events in front of crowds after the lockdown ends. If it ever ends, it's not looking too promising these days. The Raw rating has been up lately, but it's still way down from last year. There is some talk in recent days of moving NXT permanently to Tuesday nights, so it wouldn't be in competition with AEW, because it did get a good rating on Tuesday this week, better than normal. However, the whole point of why they started that show was counter-programming, according to reports. So who knows if that will actually happen or not. Chug alert, he did not beat the shit out of Mark Hunt. He actually got a decision victory, and he didn't win. Brock Lesnar had a no contest against Mark Hunt because he failed the drug test. And if you fail the drug test, that means you cheated. And as Dan Gable said, if he had to take drugs going into that fight and he wasn't clean, that means he was worried about a fight. In the record books, Brock Lesnar and Mark Hunt goes down as a no contest. His last victory in MMA was around 2010, and there's Double S confirming the no contest. So he did not beat the shit out of Mark Hunt. You could actually look up my interview with Mark Hunt on here. Between Hunt and Lesnar, I'd rather fight Lesnar. I'd have a better chance of beating Lesnar. Basically, Lesnar held Hunt, and again, he cheated. He had to take drugs. Mark Hunt did not fail the drug test. Lesnar did. Have a great night, everyone. I'm heading off to the gym. And again, I'll be back at 11 p.m. Eastern time to interview one of the producers of the I Like to Hurt People movie for the fans of The Sheik that remember that movie fondly. And if you don't know anything about that movie, check out my big review of it last week that I did on this channel, along with Grunt the Wrestling Movie. I've also reviewed that, and I interviewed the star of that yesterday, Magic Schwartz, who was also a UFC fighter, was in Lionheart, was in tag team with Piper and Jesse Ventura, knew Hulk Hogan. Very interesting guy. Highly suggest people check that out. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Hannibal TV. See you guys later.